Wall Street wants you to believe that wealth building is a slow, painful process of decades of sacrifice. They tell you to wait for 30 or 40 years to see the fruits of your labor, while inflation and hidden fees eat away at your future. But history tells a different story. In the year 445 BC, a man named Nehemiah faced a situation that would make our modern economic crisis look like a minor inconvenience. He was a cupbearer in a foreign palace, serving a Persian king while his homeland sat in absolute ruins. His people were broken, his city was defenseless, and their national economy had been erased from the map. They were living in a state of constant fear and systemic poverty. Most people read the book of Nehemiah as a religious story about building stone walls. They are missing the most powerful financial masterclass ever recorded in the ancient archives. Nehemiah didn't just build a wall, he engineered a total economic reconstruction in record time. He took a group of penniless survivors and transformed them into a fortress of prosperity in exactly 52 days. This was not a miracle of magic or a stroke of luck. It was the result of a precise, high-speed blueprint designed to rebuild wealth from zero while enemies were literally at the gate. Today, we are unlocking the 445 BC blueprint. We are digging through the dust of the Persian Empire to recover the exact laws of money that Nehemiah used to achieve the impossible. If you feel like your finances are currently in ruins, if you are drowning in debt, or if you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck in a system designed to keep you broke, pay attention. The world has changed, but the laws of the Creator are permanent. While modern experts struggle to predict what will happen in the next month, this ancient strategy has survived the fall of every empire that tried to bury it. Before we move forward, I must be honest with you. This is not the prosperity gospel. I am not here to tell you that money will fall from the sky if you pray hard enough. Nehemiah was a man of deep faith, but he was also a man of brutal execution. He didn't pray the walls into existence. He planned them, he guarded them, and he worked for them. He understood what the ancient scholars called practical providence. This means using real work, strategic intelligence, and unwavering diligence to create a channel for God to provide. We are living in a time of unprecedented financial uncertainty. Layoffs are increasing, the cost of living is skyrocketing, and many feel like they are building on sand. But Nehemiah built on rock. He proved that you can go from the lowest point of your life to a position of absolute abundance if you follow a system that history cannot break. This is the forgotten wealth that the modern world has tried to hide from you. It is time to look past the trends of the day and look back at the strategies that built the richest civilizations in history. We are starting a journey back to 445 BC to find the keys to your financial future. The blueprint is ready. The countdown of the 52 days begins now. Before Nehemiah could lay a single stone in Jerusalem, he had to master the art of leverage. He was a cupbearer to King Artaxerxes, a position that on the surface seemed like a role of humble service. In reality, it was a position of extreme proximity to power. He was the most trusted man in the Persian Empire, the one who tasted the king's wine to ensure it wasn't poisoned. Nehemiah understood a law that most modern employees forget. Your current job is not just a paycheck. It is a strategic platform for your next great move. He didn't complain about his salary or his boss. He cultivated a reputation for excellence that made him indispensable. This is the first secret of the 445 BC blueprint. You must be peritos in your work, as the ancient proverbs say, because the skillful man will stand before kings, not before ordinary men. The moment of opportunity arrived when the king noticed Nehemiah's sadness. Nehemiah didn't just ask for a day off. He didn't ask for a small raise. He asked for the resources to rebuild an entire nation. He leveraged his years of faithful service into a massive capital investment from the royal treasury. He secured letters of safe passage and a grant for timber from the king's own forest. This is what we call the King's Forest Principle. In 2026, this translates to identifying the resources around you that are currently underutilized. Many people claim they cannot start a business because they have no capital, but they ignore the timber available in their own network, their current skills, and their employers' tools. Nehemiah showed us that wealth is not just about what you have in your pocket, but about the access you have earned through your integrity. Once Nehemiah arrived in Jerusalem, he faced a chaotic mess of broken spirits and rubble. His first action was not a public speech. It was a private midnight inspection. He spent 3 nights riding around the ruins in total silence. He was calculating the cost. He was mapping the gaps. He was looking at the reality that everyone else was too afraid to face. Most people fail financially because they refuse to look at their own ruins. They don't want to check their bank statements. They don't want to calculate their total debt. But Nehemiah knew that you cannot build what you haven't measured. This midnight inspection is the foundation of radical focus. You must know exactly where the wall is broken before you can decide where the first stone goes. When the work finally began, Nehemiah implemented a revolutionary organizational structure that we now call the proximity strategy. He assigned every family to build the part of the wall that was directly in front of their own house. This was a psychological masterstroke. People work harder and faster when their own home is at stake. In modern finance, this means focusing on your immediate surroundings first. Don't worry about the global economy or the national stock market until your own wall, your emergency fund and your high-interest debt, is secure. By narrowing the focus of each family, Nehemiah turned a massive, overwhelming project into a series of small, manageable victories. The pressure was immense. The 52-day clock was ticking. Nehemiah knew that distractions are the silent killers of wealth. He was constantly invited to meetings and negotiations by his enemies, but he refused to leave the wall. His response was legendary. "I am doing a great work, and I cannot come down." This is the level of focus required to build wealth from zero. You must have the courage to say no to social events, no to unnecessary purchases, and no to the opinions of those who aren't building anything. Nehemiah understood that the secret to multiplying income in record time is not doing more things, but doing the right things with an intensity that borders on obsession. The stones were being moved, the gaps were being closed, but the real battle was only beginning. Building wealth is only half the battle. The other half is keeping it. In 445 BC, Nehemiah realized that as soon as the walls started to rise, the enemies started to gather. Success attracts critics, and prosperity attracts predators. This is a law of nature that has not changed in thousands of years. Sanballat and Tobiah were not just historical figures. They represent the modern forces that want to steal your time, your focus, and your capital. They mocked the builders, saying that even a fox climbing on the wall would break it down. They tried to use psychological warfare to make the people believe their effort was useless. This is exactly what happens when you decide to break the cycle of poverty. Your friends might mock your new budget. Your family might doubt your small business. The media will tell you that a recession is coming to destroy everything you build. Nehemiah's response was a tactical masterpiece of risk management. He didn't stop the work to argue with his critics. Instead, he armed his workers. He commanded that every builder work with one hand on the trowel and the other hand gripping a sword. This is the sword and trowel principle. In the modern financial world, the trowel is your offense, your career, your side hustle, your investments, and your income generation. The sword is your defense, your insurance, your emergency fund, your legal protections, and your tax strategies. Most people fail because they only use the trowel. They build wealth, but leave it completely exposed to lawsuits, inflation, and poor spending habits. Nehemiah knew that a wall without a guard is just a pile of expensive rocks. The pressure of the 52-day deadline was crushing, but the internal threat was even worse. Nehemiah discovered that the wealthy nobles within the city were charging high interest to their own brothers. People were losing their lands and even their children to debt just to buy grain. This was a systemic rot that threatened to collapse the entire project from the inside. Nehemiah didn't ignore it. He called a great assembly and confronted the greed head-on. He demanded an end to usury. He understood that you cannot build a sustainable empire on the exploitation of others. True biblical wealth is built on justice and fair exchange, not on predatory lending or dishonest gains. He forced the leaders to return the lands and the interest. He reset the economy so that everyone had a stake in the success of the city. This internal reset is the secret to scaling a business. If your foundation is built on cutting corners or deceiving customers, the wall will eventually fall. Nehemiah established a culture of integrity that made the workforce unstoppable. He also led by example. As the governor, he had the right to demand a heavy food allowance from the people, but he refused to take it. He chose to live on his own savings, so he wouldn't be a burden to the struggling builders. This is the leadership of sacrifice. When you are in the 52-day build phase of your financial life, You must be willing to sacrifice your own comfort for the long-term stability of the project. You eat last, so the wall can rise first. By the halfway point, the gaps were closed, but the doors were not yet set. This is the most dangerous phase of any financial plan. You have some savings, you have some momentum, and you feel like you can relax. This is when most people go out and buy a new car or take an expensive vacation, blowing their progress. Nehemiah stayed on high alert. He kept the trumpeter by his side at all times. He knew that the moment you think you are safe is the moment the enemy strikes. He shifted from construction to surveillance. He ensured that the gates were locked at night and guarded by trusted men. He wasn't just building a structure, he was building a secure environment where wealth could finally begin to accumulate without being drained away by waste or theft. The wall was almost complete, and the world was starting to tremble at what a group of penniless survivors had achieved. As the wall reached its final stages, the atmosphere in Jerusalem shifted from desperation to a relentless, unstoppable momentum. This is the moment in the 445 BC blueprint where the world begins to take notice. In the modern financial world, this is the phase where your small side hustle suddenly starts to out-earn your main salary, or where your debt is finally gone and your compound interest begins to explode. Nehemiah knew that the final stretch is always the most dangerous, because that is when the enemy's tactics shift from mockery to assassination attempts. 4 times, his rivals sent messages inviting him to a meeting in the plain of Ono. It sounded like a diplomatic request, but Nehemiah saw it for what it was, a trap designed to stop the work. Many people fail in their 52-day build because they get distracted by good opportunities that are not the opportunity. You might get a job offer that pays slightly more, but robs you of the time to build your own empire. You might be tempted to pivot your business strategy just when the original plan is about to pay off. Nehemiah's focus was ironclad. He sent word back saying that he was doing a great work and could not come down. He understood that the cost of an interrupted momentum is far higher than the benefit of a new distraction. To build wealth from zero in record time, you must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to look rude or antisocial to those who don't understand the magnitude of the wall you are building. The enemy then tried a different tactic, the open letter. They spread rumors that Nehemiah was planning a rebellion and wanted to make himself king. They attacked his reputation. In the digital age, this is the equivalent of a smear campaign or negative reviews meant to slow your growth. Nehemiah didn't hire a PR firm. He didn't waste weeks defending his character in court. He simply prayed for strength and kept laying stones. He knew that the best defense against a lie is a finished wall. When your results are undeniable, the critics have nowhere to stand. This is the law of undeniable results. Your bank account, your paid-off mortgage, and your growing business are the only arguments you ever need to win. But Nehemiah didn't stop at the physical structure. A wall is just a shell if the people inside are not organized for long-term growth. As soon as the gates were hung, he appointed gatekeepers, singers, and Levites. He set up a system of administration and moved people into the city to increase the internal economy. He understood that wealth is not a destination. It is an ecosystem. You don't just get rich and stop. You build a system that protects, sustains, and grows that wealth for generations. He turned a construction project into a functioning capital city. He moved from the build phase to the management phase, ensuring that the 52 days of intensity would lead to 500 years of stability. The survivors were now citizens of a superpower. The final stone was set, but Nehemiah knew that a wall is only as strong as the people who stand behind it. This is the ultimate secret of the 445 BC blueprint. Wealth is not just about the accumulation of gold, but about the restoration of identity. For decades, the people of Jerusalem had lived in shame, accepting their poverty as an unchangeable fate. In just 52 days, Nehemiah didn't just give them a defense, he gave them their dignity back. He proved that the speed of your recovery is determined by the depth of your discipline. When you decide to follow this ancient path, you are doing more than just fixing your bank account. You are breaking a generational curse of scarcity and building a legacy that will outlive you. Now, you must ask yourself, when will your 52 days begin? Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect economic conditions to start building. They wait for interest rates to drop, for the government to change, or for a miracle to land in their lap. Nehemiah started in the middle of a ruins, surrounded by enemies, with nothing but a royal permit and a vision. He didn't wait for the rubble to clear. He used the rubble as his raw material. Your ruins, your current debts, your failed projects, and your limited income are the very stones you will use to build your future fortress. The 445 BC blueprint doesn't require a perfect start. It only requires a radical, uninterrupted commitment to the process. This is the forgotten wealth that history tried to hide. The modern world wants you to stay distracted, tired, and dependent on a system that profits from your debt. But the ancient archives offer a different way. Nehemiah's wall stood for centuries because it was built on the laws of the Creator. To double your income, to escape the debt trap, and to build an empire from zero, you must adopt the mindset of the builder. You must pick up the trowel and the sword. You must refuse to come down from the wall for any distraction. You must calculate your ruins with brutal honesty and then lay the first stone with unwavering faith. The story of Nehemiah ends with a celebration, but also with a dedication. The people didn't just move into their new houses and forget the work. They gathered to hear the ancient laws and rededicated their lives to the principles that made their success possible. True wealth is sustained by the same values that created it: integrity, justice, and service to others. If you build your wall on greed or shortcuts, it will eventually crumble. But if you build it on the 445 BC blueprint, it will become a sanctuary for your family and a light to your community. You have the map, you have the history, you have the tools. As we close this ancient file, remember that time is your most valuable asset, but focus is your most powerful weapon. 52 days is all it took to change the course of history for an entire nation. What could you achieve in the next 52 days if you stopped listening to the critics and started laying stones? The gates of Jerusalem are open. The king's forest is full of timber. The blueprint is in your hands. Do not wait for a sign. Become the builder that your future self is waiting for. Your wall is waiting to rise. Subscribe to keep unlocking the vault of forgotten wealth. Your journey out of the ruins starts today.